Akira, just so. But not all of them go around my neck.
In that case, perhaps you could remove them from my sleeping berth.
Oh, it is no burden, my friend. You are free to borrow one.
Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. We've arrived at the pirate fortress Dunnage. It's nighttime. So before we do any more exploring, I think our party needs to get some shut-eye. The King's Coffin, that seems like probably a tavern, right? Yeah, that's the place. After all that excitement rescuing Giacomo from a hostage situation, time to kick our feet up and maybe knock back a couple beers.
Kill him, wait an hour, then pull any gold teeth. Easy as pie.
You're an idiot. Wait a minute, wait an hour. Alive, dead, it makes no difference at all.
I've pulled plenty of gold teeth. I know the right way of it.
Maybe I'll pull your teeth just to prove you wrong.
What do you know? It really does make no difference. You, out.
Well, these things happen.
Pirate debates are about as sophisticated as I expected.
A tongue be a right sharper weapon than a pistol, but a pistol'll do in a pinch.
May I step closer to you, Captain?
Oh, come on, you big blue baby. We're having some learning experiences. Oh, nice banner of a giant skeleton. Ooh, and a trap behind the bar. At the bar, you find a tall man with salt gray hair and strikingly blue eyes. His face sports a handful of long scars that continue down his neck and disappear beneath the collar of his shirt. He looks up from wiping down the counter when you approach and gives you a broad, disarming smile.
Haven't seen you around before. Welcome to the King's Coffin.
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
You know, your tavern reminds me of an old ship.
Figured that out all on your own, did you?
I'm kind of a genius, yeah.
You're right, though. Inherited an old dhow from my da when he passed. Right piece of shit it was, too. Realised I was bound to make more coin turning her into a tavern than letting her rot in her berth.
Well, I need a room.
What do you want?
I'd like to rent a room.
How heavy's your coin purse?
What do we got here? +3 perception and +1 max in power points. Now that's the expensive one, but I don't know. I think we can afford it, right? YOLO. Ooh, concentration. That's interesting. Now, is that anytime you get into a fight, you start with concentration? These are all kind of interesting, even the cheaper one. Accuracy's great. How likely are we to get into a fight around here? That's the other question. I say, let's live large. Big spender. Okay, well, it's late in the morning. This person's name is the Demon. What does that mean?
Andrus Crushing Void, I'm starved.
Huh. I was hoping for something more demonic. Who's this woman dancing?
If you're enjoying my performance, tips are welcome but not required. Thank you, loyal patron.
A hand on her hip, she cocks her head as she waits for you to speak. Doesn't look like you're enjoying yourself.
I work for a handful of pyres per day. How could I find enjoyment in that?
Well, that's honest. How did you end up here?
I was playing dice and gambled on a sure thing. It turned out not to be such a sure thing, and now Harker owns my arse until I can pay off the debt.
Huh.
Of course, I started off owing him 250, and even though I've paid that twice, now I'm in the hole for 700. The interest rate, this uniform, my food and drinks, they all got added onto my tab at the end of the day.
Wow. That sounds like slavery. Not even with all that many extra steps. Oh, I think we found a guy. Let's talk to this guy. You find a lanky blonde elf flipping through a book of Adirian poetry by the artist Skilber. His armor is well worn and well kept, and bears on its breast the image of a double-headed eagle holding a sword and crown. That's how you pronounce those words. Looking more closely, you notice that with his free hand, he's picking a padlock. Just casually standing in a tavern, picking a padlock and reading a book at the same time.
Hello. May I help you? Need anything?
I would like to hear your entire life story, please.
I'm not sure what there is to tell. I'm a man of adventure, mostly.
That was oddly normal of you. Okay, well, I'm going to keep listening.
And what a selection of books it was.
Huh?
Every subject represented.
What?
Even some questionable ones. I couldn't help but help myself to them. I took as many as I could carry, and I can carry quite a bit. Read them all cover to cover and learned a lot too.
Who said anything about books?
I tired soon of wandering, so I settled in a small town in the Deerwood and became a tutor for a noble family. Fell in love with the governess, naturally, and I stayed. For a while.
I see.
I felt a stirring in my bones one day. I can't explain it. I just woke up, caught sight of the horizon, and had to go. I left my lady wife right there in our marital bed.
That's kind of a dick move.
I don't know what's waiting for me out here in the Deadfire. But I have hope this will be my biggest adventure yet.
Can you teach me what you've learned in your travels?
Well, you listened to my long tale. I suppose you are owed a trick or two. For the low price of 3,000 copper.
Deal.
Much obliged.
He digs through his pack and pulls out several locks he's found in his travels. He proceeds to put you through your paces, timing how quickly you complete each lock, then demanding that you do it again, and faster still. Satisfied you've become a deft hand, he shows you how to build a small explosive with black powder, parchment, and twine. A MacGyver-type guy. Once you've demonstrated you can create the explosive without getting yourself or anyone else blown up, he wishes you good luck and tells you to get going. Yeah, I mean, if there was going to be any tavern where we practice explosives, I guess this place where a pirate just murdered another pirate. I mean, you could do worse. Let's see what's up here.
Oh, God have mercy on me.
What seems to be the matter, sir? Hunched on his hands and knees, quivering and drenched in sweat, the pirate lets out a pain-filled groan.
Lost my God's damn soul and stupidity. Andre, save me now.
What's wrong with you?
My ship was attacked and boarded by pirate hunters. Didn't know if we'd be able to get away, so I swallowed down my most valuable possession, Gutty's black tear, a gemstone about the size of my fist. Of course now it ain't coming out of either end. Been trying all manner of foul concoctions to no effect on account of my stomach being too strong. Years of sailing the storm-racked seas will do that to you.
That's rough, buddy.
Started feeling an intense pain 2 days ago. I think I might be dying. I can't even crawl no more.
Just keep yourself pointed away from me. You could explode at any moment.
God, trust me, exploding would be alright, find relief. But it ain't happening. Not without help.
Well, what if I just punch you in the stomach really hard? That might do it.
I think I ain't tried that. My stomach's all black and bruised, but a blasted gem's still stuck up me.
I bet you haven't tried Chipotle yet. If I help you get it out, I want that gem.
You can take it. What I used to think was a blessed treasure has become my curse. Any price is worth getting it out of me.
Huh. The story's a bit Tolkien-esque.
Rosanella's got a stand in a Radiant Court. She's been supplying me with some, experimental concoctions, tweaking them after. Tell her the last one actually came close to working.
Amazing. I wonder if we can talk to the innkeeper, Jacob Harker, about Terna.
What can I do for you?
I guess nothing yet. Well, obviously we gotta explore up here. Also, there's a named person in this corner. Who could it be?
Is that you? What's it been? 5 years?
Wow, 5 years and that's all you gotta say to me? That'll be another character from the first game. I think from an expansion pack or DLC or whatever. Okay, this does look like the back of a ship, and we have a couple courtesans apparently.
My, aren't you a handsome one?
An older woman looks you up and down and smiles, revealing several gold teeth.
Did you need help with something, my dear?
What do you do here?
Isn't it obvious? I entertain, of course.
I really love that voice.
It'll cost you 50 pyres, naturally. And don't let the wrinkles fool you. I'm still young at heart, and I've got more experience than most.
So she's high level. We're gonna give her 50 copper. And I'll show you why in a minute.
My pleasure.
Okay then. I guess she has nothing to say after that. So she gave us a buff, +1 all skills, and cannot be engaged by lower level enemies. I'm never going to turn down +1 to all skills. I wonder what's in this room. It's a place to play darts? The wall is notched and scarred from countless knife throws that completely missed the target. There you have it. Darts for pirates. Knives, I guess. Where to? Where to? I think there's more for us to see here in Lifter's Refuge. At the start of the episode, it was late at night. We wanted to get to an inn. Didn't want to waste a lot of time wandering around here. But now, hey look, some guys. In fact, one of them is a lady. A trim man in practical, well-crafted leathers watches you from the corner of his eyes. When he catches you looking his way, his hand drifts casually to the dagger at his hip and lingers for a moment. And then he smiles, the corner of his hazel eyes crinkling with genuine warmth, and waves you over.
A cozy traveler. Care to hear a tale?
Sure.
Well,
Tell me all about yourself.
I was born to a family of merchants on the Pearl Coast. I was a restless boy, and my feet took me to the Valen Republics when I came of age.
I myself was born on a Dublin street, where the loyal drums did beat.
I learned of the power of geography and language at my father's knee, and those skills proved useful in the Republics. I had many successful years as a merchant, and then I made a mistake.
That sounds like a story. He gives you a small smile and an easy shrug of his shoulders.
I joined up with a company based in Girara that traded in beautiful weavings. But they were ill-gotten gains, forcibly produced by a weaver the company kidnapped named Bonicetta. I didn't learn the truth until it was too late. And when our crime was uncovered, I was exiled from the Republics.
I think Bonicetta as a character appears in one place in this game, and it's right here. That's just a name. There's no person in the lore or character you meet. I could judge him for his crimes, but instead I'll say nothing.
I would like to make amends to Bonicetta personally, but it seems a distant possibility. Ah, well, I learned my lesson. I won't be played for a fool again.
Well, in the meantime, give me some skills.
Hark, you listen to my tale. I suppose I can do that for you for 3,000 copper.
Isn't it interesting that everybody who has some skills to impart always asks for $3,000 into copper's intuition? Here you go.
Well done.
Yeah. He shows you a trick for lifting a man's coin purse from his belt. Between demonstrations, he also gives you tips for negotiating with even the most hard-headed of merchants. You thank him and turn away. Just as you're about to leave, he tosses a coin purse to you with a laugh. Oh, don't I get a perception check?
You nearly forgot something.
The coin purse he tossed is your own. That's interesting in that dialogue in the last slide. Some not gender-neutral language is rare in this game. You have learned Carlo's training. If you missed the episode where we ran down who these people are, all the skill trainers are patrons. I think they're patrons of PoE2. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong word. It's not a Patreon thing. The GoFundMe that they use to make the game possible. If you donate at a certain level, you get to write an NPC who has a whole backstory. Maybe has your face as their face. I mean, you may have noticed the skill trainers all look conspicuously like real people, more than any of our party members do. Except obviously our hero, who looks suspiciously like a famous actor named after a great basketball player. Anyway, you find a woman of early middle years dressed in fine, if dirty, armor, adorned with bright purple piping. Say that 10 times fast. A pair of long scars bisect her brow and jaw. Although she stands at ease, a nervous energy thrums through her.
Fair day, traveler.
Fair day yourself, lady.
Anything I can do for you, just say the word.
Tell me all about yourself.
Lady adventurer at your humble service. I was born in a deer and raised in the field, and there's nary a crevice of this archipelago I haven't seen.
The field, you say?
Aye, the living lands most off, but the Deadfire as well of late. And my goodness, if you think the Deadfire's wild, I must say, it's no more thrilling than a lady of luxury's afternoon luncheon in comparison to the glorious madness of the living lands.
That was quite alliterative.
Being a cipher's come in quite handy, I'll tell you that.
So you often get into trouble?
Oh, dear me, yes. Can't seem to avoid it. Not a lick of it's my fault, of course. It's the university. Always sending me to the most dangerous corners of Aora, the skimps.
Oh, those skimps.
If I didn't know better, I might say they were trying to kill me. There's not other way to rid themselves of a tenured professor, after all.
Boy, it seems like there's a lot of that going around. Did you at least get any good stories?
Oh, aye. Some you wouldn't right believe. Like the time I lost part of my ear here, see?
Wow, you got Mike Tyson.
Lost an entire research team along with the ear. Rather a long day, that was.
Or Van Gogh?
My colleagues have implied I might be cursed, but I can't say I much agree. It's just the nature of the work, you understand. I mean, goodness, if you want a lady to find you the rarest plants, you gotta send her to the most remote places.
Well, what are you doing in this pirate back alley?
On my last expedition, my colleague Inez got herself lost looking for what was essentially a big prickly weed. No medicinal use at all. I found her, though, mostly intact even. A blessing from the living lands, I call it, aye. But I do go on, don't I?
Well, maybe you could teach me some of what you learned.
With pleasure. Teaching is my specialty, after all. I'm gonna pack your brain with so much knowledge, you're gonna have a headache for a week. All I need from you is 3,000 copper.
Cool.
Excellent. Let's get down to business, shall we?
And defeat the Huns? She starts first with the practical training. How to move silently through bush, when and how best to hide, how to step so as to muffle the sounds of your feet. Satisfied, she moves on to a high-level explanation of various theories. Ooh, we're learning some epistemology. Sorry, I'm way too excited to use that word. She seems to have quite a passion for, oh, there it is, epistemology. And goes on for an excruciatingly long time before at last sending you on your way. You have learned Kay's training. Cool. We're getting all the skills to pay the bills. Actually, we're paying tuition. Bleeding our coin purse dry. We sprung for the expensive room. We found a stray cat. I wonder what his name is. It's Zorro! Zorro the cat! I gotta say, that's like naming a cat Fox. You know, like chai-flavored coffee or something. That made sense in my head. We're gonna put Zorro in Diego de la Valia's inventory just because he'll keep the Animancy cat company. And we'll loot these boxes. This is a rotten hagfish. Just put that in my bag. Who doesn't want a rotten hagfish? Boy, it sounds appealing twice over. What makes a fish a hagfish? If an ungodly fog rolls in... Oh, what does she say? Here it is in our log. If an ungodly fog rolls in, you ought to sail fast away, lest the floating hangman catch you. Oh, that sounds, Watch your words or I'll lay you open, says this random guy in the docks. Bold words. Bold words. I think we've seen all there is to see here in Lifter's Refuge. Balefire Beacon seems like the place we're likely to find Captain Ferrante. Long, long ago on our playthrough, he gave us a quest to kill Captain Benwith. We did it. We have not come to turn it in just yet. I wonder where we should go first. Let's go get our reward. Get some experience. Can you believe there's an empty seat on the Consuelo Mezcasitas? I wonder what that means. It's Two-Eyed Pim. Hey, Two-Eyed Pim.
Much ado to you, Casita.
The captain flourishes a sweeping bow. When he bends forward, a golden swollenlet slips from his collar to dangle on the end of its chain. He tucks it away as he straightens, but not before you notice the etching on its front side. It marks him as the third chair on the Consuelo Mezcasitas.
A word of advice. Guard your back in Dunnage. You have not yet carved a name for yourself or your crew. Yet you choose to swim in a sea of sharks. Should one take a bite, the Consuelo will not intervene.
Wow. What about law and order?
Elsewise, how might I be of assistance?
I'm not sure I can explain why. This guy makes me think of Jonathan Frakes. Like if he had a southern accent and was a pirate. What is the Consuelo Mezcasitas?
Yes, our council of captains.
Okay.
There are 7 seats on the Consuelo, each occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principe. Seat holders convene to vote on a variety of issues concerning the Principe's well-being. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power both politically and physically. Ferrante, the last Marcheso, holds the highest ranking seat because the most ships in our entire fleet have pledged loyalty to his flag.
We're learning about the pirates' somewhat anarchic politics.
As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aldis, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair and I am the third. Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the Consuelo next convenes.
I wish that was a thing. I love like a mock trial or a council, mini game as part of a plot. Mini game's the wrong word. A quest? A dialogue-based quest that's like, or like a play where you gotta pick the right words.
You have my ear, Casita. Of what do you wish to discuss today?
Why do you speak like a Valian? The captain arches a dark brow.
I met Ferrante decades ago. Many years I sailed as his first mate before building my own humble fleet.
With an affected shrug, he sweeps a hand to indicate the room.
When in the Principe, do as the Valians do. Unless, of course, you have no care for tradition or the continued sustainability of our way of life, like some filthy new blood.
A pirate with a southern accent, I guess that makes him a filibusterer. That's like, wow, that's what this guy is. I'm so glad that thought occurred to me. Hey, I killed Benwith. I got his swollenlet. I want the 4th seat. That's how it works, right?
The Consuelo will need to vote on it. But with your reputation, and if you vanquished Benwith, as appears to be the case, I do believe you are the most qualified to take his place, Ak. I will speak with Ferrante so that he may consider the matter further.
The other weird thing about Pym is, like, I think this is probably your only interaction with him in the whole game, and he just seems like you know he's not a nice guy, but he's kind of nice. Like, he just doesn't do anything to show what a, cold-hearted pirate he is. Cold-hearted? We'll workshop that. Farewell. We're not here to talk to Pym. We're here to talk to the other guy who also has 2 eyes. Why would you call someone Two-Eyed Pym? Why not just Pym?
Ah, Watcher. Good. You have arrived.
Chin jutting upward, Captain Ferrante grants you a winsome smile. His left cheek dimples as the smile spreads to show teeth.
Ahoy there yourself, Captain. What do I be but a pretty bit of man-meat to dangle from a wrist? As easily forgotten as set aside.
Poetically put.
I know that dimple. Had you in my sights once, but you bent down to lace your boot. It's the ones who get away that hurt the most.
A coincidence, surely.
Ferrante rubs his thumb over his golden swallow-net, violent thoughts gliding over his face like dark clouds. Then he smiles, but it's a vicious expression more than a pleasant one.
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, the scoundrel Benweth.
Not only a scoundrel, but a rapscallion, sir.
I hear you have a flair for the dramatic, or should I say, explosive antics? A magnificent way to settle one's disputes indeed. And you truly left Benweth's reputation in pieces.
Ahaha.
Gelarde, for this you have my grandest commendation.
You'd have been right amused, you would. Few sights as fine as that hard-blowing 3-sheeter getting what's long been due him.
You are lacking in so many ways, my former ship hunter, but no one can say you are not entertaining. I myself would have enjoyed watching you put the scoundrel in his place.
I didn't bother with Benweth just for your praise.
No, as my memory serves me, you did not.
A flare of anger sharpens his smile and burns darker the color of his eyes.
And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize.
Neat. It's a measly cloak of protection. It's not even a +10. It's a +5. You call that a fine prize?
However, there is another matter of which we must now speak.
Of course, this is a quest you can finish at like level 4.
I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen. One which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire.
Wait, did you just say a ghost ship haunts the Deadfire? Just kidding. I've read history books. I know all about it.
It would seem I have undervalued you, Watcher.
Yeah, give me that positive reputation, because I know about history.
I will not mince words, as you undoubtedly know what we are up against. This galleon, what likely remains of the Fonferus, is a frightful legend.
Ooh, it was called the Fonferus.
We have been losing ships at sea, amico, and not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit. Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say. Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood.
Whoa. You could just say, hey, Selenia, do you mind coming in here? Sun-blistered and raw-boned, the pirate regards you both with a discerning glare. She tongues a chapped bottom lip, but keeps quiet.
Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. It might have pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can.
The pirate touches a spot at the base of her skull and winces. She glances off to the side, eyes black and full of hurt. Ferrante sighs and rubs tiredly between his brows.
Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me.
Uh-huh. What happened to you?
saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even a few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end. It branded the back of my eyes that moment. High seas, nothing but blue all around. Then, mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within. Out of nowhere was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked...
How did it look?
rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding. Couldn't kill them. Couldn't even fight them in the end.
How were you taken by surprise on the open sea?
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump on us. Was some magic foul. Just sudden like, the winds died, the waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us. Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it.
Tell me about the undead.
They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones. One was different. Her presence was overwhelming. Heavy. Flames burned in the place of her eyes. The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
There is a flag the floating hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferus of Old Valia. It belonged to a Darkotsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rivan.
A Darkotsi Paladini, just like me.
But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
Well, when did all this happen? Selenia ruffles a hand through her short hair and scowls.
Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
Again, her fingers hesitate close to her hip, the fabric crinkled there where a pistol might normally be strapped. A muscle ticks in Ferrante's jaw, but otherwise he ignores her.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
I am beginning to suspect this guy has a toxic leadership style. Selenia, how did you survive the attack?
Calling me Craven? Huh, sure, I am.
Well, I wasn't, but okay.
Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward.
Not Ganasco.
I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care me.
Well, those are all the questions I've got. Have a nice life. Selenia cuts a glance to Ferrante for confirmation. When he dismissively waves her away, her black eyes narrow and she raises her chin, defiant. But then he turns his full gaze to her, suddenly seething, and she shrinks in on herself. Fists shaking at her sides, she reluctantly retreats.
She belongs to Aldis, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is a problem for another time. One moment, Watcher.
The captain scowls at Selenia's retreating back, a dark anger warming his cheeks. You told me Selenia is loyal to Aldis. Neither adhere to the same principles as you. Why do I need a 17 perception to notice that water is wet? Wonder chases across Ferrante's face. It lightens the color of his eyes.
How very clever of you. Indeed, the White Kestrel and her crew were pledged to Aldis.
But you just told me that. I think there's been a glitch in the Matrix.
However, it is not by virtue of Aldis that Selenia yet lives, and I would have that well remembered. I can be a generous leader, you understand.
And a ruthless one too, I'm sure.
Truly.
Just by saying that, I've gained reputation with the pirates. Maybe this will make up for the pirates I murdered in Neketaka.
Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Rivan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Darkotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago.
Since he just told us that, so I have a feeling that there's a world in which you could turn in the quest to kill Benwith, and Ferrante is like, cool, see you later. And then you get a letter from him saying, come on back to Dunnage, I need to talk to you. But we're already at that level, so he just went right into it, and now he's explaining shit that maybe we had forgotten, you know, if this dialogue were broken up.
It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Rivan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon. Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka.
Oh?
One Isir the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume.
I take it you have a plan.
Indeed, I do.
Is it a cunning plan?
Though I and mine cannot so openly venture into the depths of Neketaka, nor can we commune with the dead, you, Watcher, are adept in both of these areas. Correct?
I'm adept in every area, my friend.
You must search the Temple of Berath on Neketaka's sacred stair. Izair's tomb within it should contain a chronicle for how and where he slayed our paladin, Rivan.
Who is this Iser the Berathian?
By all accounts, our Rivan was a Darkotsi paladin who sailed to the Deadfire in order to safeguard a royal weapon of Old Valia.
Did I press the wrong key?
The paladins of the Darkotsi were legendary in their time.
I'm right here! What do you mean, in their time?
Indeed. She is the epitome of Grand Valia, of magnificence, honor, and duty. Living or undead, she strives still to serve her charge.
As do I! I'm a Darkotsi paladin.
And yet, we know not why, but a Berathian priest called Isir opposed our Rivan, and fiercely.
I'm also something of a Berathian priest. I mean, not a priest.
They fought to the death. Rivans, to be precise, in this very archipelago.
Wow.
Along with her life, Rivan lost the sword she had sworn to protect. It has, lamentably, remained unfindable since. I believe it may be why she searches the seas yet.
Okay, that was some background. Tell me who Iser the Berathian is.
Regrettably, I know little but this. He was an Ediran warrior priest of Berath, and a significantly fervent one, if tales are to be believed. He chased our Darkotsi to the Deadfire, hunting her to, well, to her death. Shortly after slaughtering our brave paladin, the priest died, possibly of sickness, or perhaps from a festering battle wound. He was entombed in honor of his service to Berath, in Neketaka's sacred stair.
That is a fascinating tale. I'll see what I can do.
Gelarde, do return when you've any lead that may navigate us to where the floating hangman anchors. I will be waiting.
Cool. Well. We got a ghost pirate ship. Can't have a pirate story without a ghost ship, really. I wonder what's in this room.
What did you find, Ishi?
Eyes open.
We got some kind of secret cupboard. Secret cupboard. 300 coins in the secret cupboard. Yeah. Nothing else of note. Probably some ingredients. That's interesting. Let's see what's at the top of the tower. Excuse me, don't mind me. I'm just running right in the middle of your Consuelo. It's too bad you never really get to be, you never get to become the fourth chair. As far as I know, you don't. More stuff to steal, if we were so inclined. It looks like it wouldn't be too hard either. Ooh, we got cages with human bones inside. Bird droppings crust over the iron bands of this cage. Some grog. I'll never turn down grog.
Will my eyes be open?
I always say robbing from pirates is justified, right? Oh. Really nothing special in there. But now we know. What's in this cage? Rust and blood tinge this iron cage in shades of ochre. There's a word. Let's head to the main marketplace of Dunnage. The Radiant Court, which is a fascinating name. I'm not sure why it would be called that. Is it, maybe it's a pirate thing, because Fort Deadlight also has a court, as it were. This person said, "You're like two sides of a coin. Which is turned up now?" I wonder if that's an allusion to our good and bad reputation with the pirates. Yeah, look at that. A purple too, meaning we're red and we're blue. We're a renegade and a paragon as far as the pirates are concerned. Of course, pirates would appreciate a renegade.
Fresh fruit, vegetables, dried goods for long voyages. I got it all right here.
Oh, yeah?
What can I stock you up with today?
Show me what you got. Interesting, interesting, interesting. A bunch of stuff. Merc berries. We love some merc berries. And unripened palmstone. Fascinating. Just gonna shamelessly metagame and buy that. Because I want one.
Andra's gills. There's no hope.
Oh, no. This person has a problem. I'm here to solve everybody's problems.
That was a disaster of epic proportions if ever I directed one.
A theatrical disaster?
A typhoon couldn't have cleared out our audience faster.
Who are you guys?
Oh, of course you haven't heard of us. Like I needed more proof that we're talentless hacks.
I'm just here to pile on the bad news.
We're the Peg-Leg Performers. Formerly the Seabird Serenaders, formerly the Jax Finnegan First Ensemble of Dunnage.
Is she saying formerly?
But now, well, my troop's coming apart at the seams. We're short on cash, we're low on people, and we've run plumb dry on enthusiasm. We haven't drawn a decent crowd in more than a fortnight, and it ain't like pirates are hard to please. That's how you know the show really stinks. But I think I know what the problem is. We've got a lack of flair. If only I could hire more talented performers, I just know my play would take off.
What's your play about?
Only the biggest thing to hit the Deadfire since the Valian Trading Company started hunting us like sea hounds.
Me?
I'm talking about Aethus
Oh.
storming through the archipelago and capsizing nearly a whole fleet of our ships.
No. You should think about a play about me. What would you need to make your play better?
A better Aethus, for one. I'm the tallest one in our troop. I'm still not very convincing, even when I bother to dye my skin blue.
Well, Takehu's right here.
Also, our special stage effects aren't all that special anymore. We had someone for that role, but she got herself into debt and has a new job at the King's Coffin.
Someone stuck in debt, working at the King's Coffin. Tell you what, I'm a patron of the arts, myself, as it were. I'll help you out.
Really? Well, that's great. Then we could...
But then her eyes narrow, her dark brows furrowing with heavy suspicion.
Wait a tick. Why would you help me? What do you get out of this?
I mean, I want to see how the play turns out.
With you helping me acquire the right talent, I'd wager it's going to be phenomenal.
That's optimistic of you.
I'm in desperate need of 2 more performers. A wizard for one, plus any oaf big enough to pose as Aethus.
Again?
I happen to know a wizard of the finest skill set who already performs here in Dunnage, Taerna, at the King's Coffin. But unfortunately, I got no idea of where we might find a suitable Aethus. Get me the right people for the parts, and I promise you'll be pleased with your investment. I'll turn us a profit or die trying.
That's commitment. Say no more. Well, I wonder. Probably not. I wonder if there's any way to get Takehu to play the part, because that would be pretty funny. I mean,
yours to command, Captain.
Doesn't he seem the type to, be a
That will do,
thespian?
I say.
A thespian on the stage, yeah. He's dramatic. He's passionate. He's kind of a ham.
You have my attention.
Yeah. Well, What's in this box?
My old captain was a drinker from the day he was born to the day he died. Always he was rail thin. He wound up with a wooden leg, 26 ships and a bilious fever. Sunrise is a woe, doves. The coming horizon is a sea-sized ruin.
The pirate cuts a glance to the side, and a bout of jaunty music rackets up. She bobs her head to the beat. There's more. Hang on.
They sail on their gilded brigs, and they wail to us.
She's just gonna do poetry all day, I
Put
think.
down anchor, breed, and
She kind of
don't
reminds me
mince
of
much. But when should we lot?
one of the
where
characters from
and
Charlie
how
the Unicorn.
could we settle? Drinks more, doves.
Ah, we found another guy. The first thing you notice about this man is the nature of his attire. Loud in clashing reds and purples, bright as a peacock. On second glance, you see that he's tall and lanky, boyishly handsome in an unkempt way, with a trim beard and a friendly smile. This is what it's like when I write backstories for my D&D characters. He hums a little tune to himself as he watches the passers-by.
My good sir, hello.
Hello.
Whatever might I do for you?
Tell me all about yourself.
I'm certain there's no need to tell you, observant as you no doubt are, that I am an actor.
Not a doctor.
Stage, tavern, street corner. They are as much my home as where I lay my head at night. So, I travel Aora, looking for opportunities to share my gifts with the grateful masses, wherever that may lead me.
Yeah, you make a lot of money doing that?
Oh, goodness, yes, loads of it. I've been known to joke that I'm less a man than I am a walking bank for all the coin that I carry.
Well, in that case, when you train us in 2 skills, how about doing it for free?
The common folk do so love an actor. We bring mystery and excitement to their otherwise dreary lives. Yes, you could say we're doing the God's work.
Better you than me. As he speaks, you notice that the toes of his soft boots are worn thin. A closer inspection reveals that his robes are unraveling at the hems and are well patched at the elbows, too. I'm sorry. I don't think I need 4 insight to know he's broke. Sir, your generosity is inspiring.
I'm truly gratified that you think so.
Oh, I do.
It's quite difficult, you know, living as I do. On occasion, foolish folk will take my act for reality. I've thrice been run out of a town for impersonating a foreign dignitary. Damn fools don't understand the blistering wit of my satire, I tell you. I had to learn to protect myself as a result, though I must admit, what martial skills I've got aren't of use for much more than fighting off wolves or throttling a thief with designs on my satchel. Thank the gods, I hardly ever need to use them. I could talk myself out of nearly anything, you know.
Sure can talk, I'll give you that.
Well, thank you. I must say it's gratifying to be recognized for one's talents. All things being equal, I'd much rather recite a sonnet than swing an axe, but a man's got to make his way in the world any way he can.
Well, now that I've paid you so many compliments, why don't you teach me for free?
I would be honored. But a man needs to make a living, you know. So, for my services, how about 3,000 copper?
Ah, you drive a hard bargain.
Fantastic! Let's get to it then.
His training is idiosyncratic. He starts by describing a character he'd like you to play. A street tough, an embittered sailor, a noble in the throes of a tantrum. Oh, I can do that. And then he recites lines to you, asking that you recite them back in the attitude of your character. He then shows you how to use those characters to trick people into giving you what you want. When you show him you've got it, he gives you a wide smile and bids you farewell. You have learned Coel's training. Thanks, Coel. That name reminds me of mine. Gotta loot all the crates.
The morning is a blind.
Give me all the stuff.
The morrow. Pus-filled
Get all
boy.
that. Is this pirate poet gonna keep pontificating?
The Watcher is a regular ship hunter's ship hunter.
Aye, anyone who kills that many Valine trading bastards is a right hero of mine.
Yeah, pretty great. How do you do? Ghost ships and gods, as if ship hunters alone weren't bad enough. What's over here? The shelf contains current navigational charts and bestiaries. About the various sea monsters a captain could encounter. Fascinating. Who are you?
Welcome to my emporium. Whatever you need, I sell.
Yeah?
What would you like to buy today?
You own all these stalls?
I do now. I started out with only one stall and eventually branched out, buying out my competitors one by one.
Truly a bootstrap story. Tell me what you... show me what you have for sale. Cool. We can't afford any big magic weapon purchases. For the time being. And I like to do shopping off camera.
Ask for Ewena in the King's Coffin. She'll make you see stars.
You half-masted sot! She's got to be 90 years old!
Hey, come on, man. A stray dog? Stop the presses, we gotta pick up this stray dog. Hello. It's Hemp.
Looking...
Hemp the dog. What does Hemp do? He makes you tougher.
Work. I've got coin and a few scores to settle.
Wow. Well, hang on, lady. I gotta see what's in this barrel. Alright, tell me about these scores you want settled.
You carry yourself like a person well acquainted with violence. Care to put your skills to use for a good cause? And some coin?
You know, I don't appreciate that assumption.
Hmm?
Well, tell me about the cause you mentioned.
It's simple enough. The firebrand commanded by Captain Henqua once plagued the Deadfire. The skill and brutality of Henqua's crew was the stuff of legends.
Desirol flicks the coin she's holding and snatches it from the air with a grin. Up close, it's clearly a swollen end.
Legendary nightmares, more like. After how they did the crew with a virtuous reward. Even that bastard Benwith wanted nothing to do with them.
But pirate legends don't live long. Some months ago, an alliance of Neketaka pirate hunters managed to corner the firebrand and sink her off the coast of Tikawara. They confirmed Captain Henqua's death, but her senior crew members escaped unscathed. And now it seems like bringing the firebrand's crew to justice doesn't matter to anyone but me.
Even in the low light, you can see a vein throbbing at her temple. Her voice drops to a low growl.
So I want you to kill them. And I'll pay you out of my own pocket if you do.
Sounds like you've got a grudge against the firebrand's crew.
It's nothing personal. The crew earned their reputation through murder and thievery, and it would make me sick to see them regain an ounce of their power.
As she speaks, Desirol removes a small swollenness from her pocket and polishes the surface with the corner of her shirt. Her features soften like she's visiting an old memory. Then she stuffs the coin back in her pocket with a barely audible sigh. It seems like something's bothering you.
There's no need to make my concerns your own, my friend. It's family business, that's all.
Lady, I'm a Valian. Family business. Family's everything.
But I suppose you have a right to know.
Sure.
My idiot kid sister was on the firebrand, seduced to a dishonest life by the promise of adventure. When the pirate hunters killed the crew and sank the ship, they also killed my sister. But those irredeemable lowlifes I sent you after got away without a scrape. I want them to pay. I don't much care how, so long as they take that turn on the wheel.
I'll hunt down those pirates. Who am I looking for?
The firebrand had a mascot. A useless little bastard, who's taken to calling himself Lord Admiral Imp. He's not terribly dangerous on his own, but he's keen to make a nuisance of himself wherever he goes. Last I heard, Lord Admiral Imp was making himself comfortable in Queen's Berth. You'll find him there with a few zarups and constructs, the little buggers convinced to follow him. Bless their simple hearts.
Noted. Who's next?
You'll be taking down Lady Ipiro, Captain Henqua's former first mate and rumored lover. She's a cipher, and a dangerous one at that. Ipiro maintains an estate in Serpent's Crown in Neketaka. But I wouldn't recommend you rush in, muzzles blasting and swords held high. She keeps a number of bodyguards on her payroll.
I'll be careful. Who else am I after?
You'll be going after Katren, the Firebrand's resident wizard. Rumor has it, she was once an apprentice to Arkemir before turning pirate. Last I heard, Katren and her sundry little minions could be found lazing about the sacred stair here in Neketaka at night. No idea where she disappears off to during the day.
Okay, who's the last target?
I have a challenge for you, my friend. And his name is Torkar, leader of the Firebrand's boarding parties. He's an ogre, with a reputation for cleverness and cruelty both. I've even heard tell it was Torkar who was behind the Firebrand's most successful tactics, not Hinkwa.
That's why you never judge an ogre by their cover.
Torkar was last seen at Lifte's refuge here in Dunnage, dead set on joining a crew or assembling his own. I trust you won't let that happen.
No, indeed.
Happy hunting.
I shall return with their heads. Stranger I met on the street.
There goes the captain. I think that's the captain who blew old Benny to bits.
Whoa.
Looks cleaner than I expected. I heard he was playing.
Another glitch in the Matrix. Yeah, I was gonna say, I just love taking money from strangers to murder people in the world. They always deserve it. Here's Rosanella.
So you're the captain the old pork's been talking about. Aye, you do look like a fearsome sort. Welcome to Dunnage.
I'm flattered, madam.
What are you having? I'll pour you a double.
Pietro sent me to you.
Ah, I guess the last concoction I made for him didn't do the trick then. Poor bastard. There's one last tincture recipe I know that won't kill him, probably. It's called Andra's Bile, but I don't have all the ingredients in stock. You'll need a rotten hagfish, an unripened palm stone, and a vial of fire kelp extract. Have him mix it all with a half tankard of grog, and well, hope for the best.
Oh, why didn't you try Andra's Bile earlier?
I did tell you the list of ingredients, eh? He'll have stuff dribbling out of both ends for a week. Maybe two, if he's really unlucky.
Gross. Where can I find the ingredients?
Check the barrels around Lifter's refuse for the rotten hagfish. You might be able to find unripened palmstone for sale somewhere in Radiant Court.
Observant viewers will recall that we already have those two things.
Parker in the King's Coffin usually keeps some fire kelp extract on hand for special purposes. Be careful when dealing with that one.
I will. Show me what you got. Oh, she sells booze. Okay. We've got reason to go to the floating
Did you
hangar.
hear? The gilded kestrel was lost at sea.
From Goldfin's fleet? Impossible with her wealth.
Weren't no one to bribe. The floating hangman got 'em. Now they're bones.
Wow. Got a gold theme there. Let's go to Lifter's Refuge. What's a lifter? Like shoplifting?
Have a pity and toss me a pyre, will you?
Barkami, how would you feel about playing the part of Aethys on stage?
What? I'm no actor.
He's a doctor.
And besides, I can't barely see nothing as it is.
In this troupe, being a good actor isn't a requirement.
Easy enough. And it pays, don't it? Then count me in.
The laugh that booms from his chest sounds like rocks rattling against his ribs. I'd like to hear that.
Turn me in the right direction, and I'll make me way to the Radiant Court.
Awesome. That takes care of that. I believe there's an ogre on this dock here. There he is. Now let's have a look at our quest log before we do anything rash. Bunch of bounties. Here's the bounty for Torkar. A red sword through 3 skulls. He will wipe the floor with us if we try to step to him. There's no rush. We'll come back many levels later. I'm morbidly curious to see what would happen. In any case, we're at the hour mark. I'm going to pause here, and then part 2 of our adventures in Dunnage will continue in the next episode. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.